Alright, hey everybody, let's go ahead and get started. Sorry for a bit of a late stream, but we had some fun to do with family today, so it's alright. I hope everybody's had a pretty good day. Alright, so what we were working on last time was updating all these various loader types to use this interface to clean up this code a lot. Okay, so I guess I'll continue with that. Okay, so if the loader map okay, and then we just need to have the XML loader subscribe or what do you call it? Realize this interface. And the last thing we need to do is the Lua. Okay, so here we actually need to get the Lua loader, so we'll use asset loader. And then this Lua loader, we need to go ahead and implement the interface as well. Okay, and then we can fix this a lot easier now. All we have to do is for each var loader in asset, or what is it, loaders, what is the list of it? Active loaders, okay. So if loader dot is ready is false, then we could say all loaded equals false and break. Okay, so that's all good. Oh yeah, one thing I need to remember is at the end here, we need to move all of the loaders that are in the loader map into this active loader. Okay, so we add everything in the loader map values, and then we can clear the loader map here. So some of the stuff, in order to get the loaded assets, okay, so I guess each loader should keep track of the mod it was part of, maybe. Because we gotta compile everything back into this loaded assets object. Okay, and let's see what else. I guess we know because we add. I want to have everything in this one list, but I guess we basically would know when like, since everything is loaded in sequence, we'll be able to tell when one loader is complete. Might be a better way to do that though. Maybe the loaders can kind of keep track of where they should deposit their asset when complete. That might be the way to do it actually. So then what would we do? So it is ready, load success, get error. Okay, so maybe when these are loaded, they'll automatically deposit the asset into their specific loaded mod object. That'll make it easier for us to not have to worry about it. Okay, so basically this compile assets will be done. Okay, well maybe we should go ahead and just have a specific moment when we tell it to insert the asset. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's see, so we'll have private loaded assets. All right. Okay, so that's fine. We probably should keep track of it differently. Private bool complete. So we'll just say if complete, then we can't load anymore, which makes sense. And we can go ahead and create the actual loaded assets object right here. And so Lua environment equals scripts. So now we don't need to have all these other objects because we can just store everything in this loaded. Alright, so that makes that a little easier. Dot script or okay, yeah, loaded value, that's what I was trying to do. And then loaded equals null. Alright. So here we'll need to get the actual loaded mod object. Let's call this mod assets. And then table of contents. Okay, and then if it's a framework, we can add this mod assets to the, let's see. What is it? Loaded value framework. Otherwise, it's loaded value contents dot add. Okay, and so now we can pass this mod assets folder to basically all these functions, and they'll pass that along to these loaders, and then the loaders will automatically insert their assets into where, so it keeps on closing this file. It'll automatically just load it into here for us, or deposit it into here. Okay, so load asset, and we'll just put loaded mod. Okay, so the bundle loader doesn't need this, but the asset loader does. And when we go through and update all these, fix that. So we know the asset loader needs it and the Lua loader will. So we'll go ahead and just insert it. And we'll need a separate scripts. Actually, yeah, well. Okay. Let's actually put the mod assets here. I think it makes more sense. And then the XML loader is the last one. Okay. And then we just push this over here. And we need to add this to everything here as well. Okay, so what is wrong with here? Oh, left an extra comma. Okay, so that's fixed now. Oh, except scripts does not exist. So loaded value Lua environment. Okay, so here when we compile the assets, this will actually just be rename check for errors. Okay, and then for each var loader and active loaders, if loader dot get error, let's do it this way. So mod load exception. Okay, so if mod load exception does not equal null, I guess we could actually do that here, because it would say if loader is ready, and then we yeah, that might be better, because loader is ready. Then we'll check for errors, and then we can just throw that error right away. Okay, so loader is ready. Else. We could do that, but then actually I guess if we ever, I was going to say because we'd have to like check for error every frame. And we kind of have to keep this list of active loaders. I guess we could have another list here. Something like active loaders and all loaders. Because we have to keep this list of all loaders around because we need to dispose of them. Okay, so all loaders. Anyway, we should clear everything here now that I think about it. Okay, and then all loaders, add range, for map values. Okay, and so now here, if loader is ready, then we can actually remove it from this list, which in that case we're going to need to iterate backwards. I equals either I less or I equals active loaders count greater than equals 0. This minus. Okay, so I asset loader. Okay, so if loader is ready, then first of all we can remove here. And iterating through this backwards just makes it a lot easier when you actually move things from the list. So that's the reason why I'm doing that. And then we just need to check if there's an exception. Which I guess we just call this and then break out. Okay, and then if. Okay, so we need to see. I guess I can just do a try catch here, just to simplify things a bit. So if we catch an exception, then we just throw this, and that would automatically break the loop for us. And then it also skip this code, which would be if active loaders count equals 0. Then we know everything is complete. Okay, so this is all. Don't need this at all. Except both these times we want to stop updating at this point. Okay. So I don't need this, but I should keep this code around because we'll want to use the logic for these errors. Okay, so I think that's pretty simple. So the asset bundle loader is pretty much updated already. I guess we don't even need this load success anymore. Okay, so we can pull this, the logic I use for the exception out of this function. Alright, except, yeah, actually the bundles didn't have their own thing, so they kind of just pushed it onto the asset. Let's see. No file path missing file and www error. So we can kind of just pull this part out of it, I think. This either. Okay, so if error equals asset bundle loader error type www. So maybe we will just pass this onto the asset bundle actually, so I'll know. No, I guess it doesn't really matter. Unable to load asset bundle. Okay, so what is the asset bundle name? Maybe this doesn't store it. And you have the www error. What's the other type? It's no file path and missing file. Okay, so if state equals state error. Else. Okay, so yeah, actually rename, just say void and rename this to check error, and that will just throw any errors out. That way we don't have to worry about return values. Okay, so void. Okay, so yeah, we just do the same thing except we don't use the www error. And that's just something that's generated by Unity, so a lot of this stuff is not really needed anymore. Okay, what's it complaining about? Oh, did I not rename this, I guess? Check. Error. Okay, so that's good. Now we can go to the asset loader. Now this is a void check error. Okay, so ready equals return state does not equal loading, and if state equals error. Then I can copy this whole thing. This got all messy. So if error type is a bundle error, then it's a bundle loader dot error. Actually, we can probably just say bundle loader check error. Alright, that's a little simpler. In the XML loader, let's do that next. Okay, we don't need two disposes. I guess this would be return state. Again, does not equal loading. If state equals error. Oops, what a... So I closed something there, but I think that's okay. So this is pretty simple. Alright. Again, it's not get error, it's void check error. So the last thing is the Lua loader. Okay, so let's say loaded object. It's null. Excuse me, about to sneeze. Alright. Okay, so it's again, it's ready if state does not equal loading. And okay, so function, this is when it actually deposits function into the environment. So this is a part for the exception. It's a little more complicated. So error type, oops. And also we only do this if state equals error. Okay, so do we know the script name here, I wonder? I guess it's debug name. Okay, so yeah, the Lua error. Okay. And again, this is check error, not get error. Alright, so now that's all good. Now we just need to go back through here and kind of clean things up. So basically, don't need all this stuff anymore. Well, actually, I think the asset loader does need some things about the bundle loaders. It needs the current state. Also the bundle, okay. But yeah, we don't need this, I don't think. And I should rename these to make it a bit clearer. Bundle name. What is the file path? Bundle state error. Okay, so that's all good. We just got a little messy with some of the later ones. So error type. Alright, so the asset loader. What's the complaint about? Oh, okay. I just need to make this public, I think. Does that really make much difference? Okay, so back here, so we have the asset name, which is directly given to us, table contents name, yeah, which is just for debugging. And yeah, that's also where we deposit the asset. Okay, so we have bundle loader and the mod assets. I need to save that now. So right here we go mod assets, assets, and table of contents name equals asset. I think that's it. I guess I should make sure that the table of contents name is what we actually use. Yeah, table of contents name right there. So that's correct. Okay, so XML loader. Okay, so this should actually be the file path, not the asset name. And this asset path, is that the table of contents name, I wonder? Yeah. Yeah, so for XML, the table of contents name is the same as the actual asset itself. But I think all these times where it says asset path, we should change it to table of contents name, which is basically the name of this asset and the table of contents. Okay, so here we'll need to add something else. Mod path script name. Let's see. Definition. Alright, well I haven't updated this part yet, so I guess I'll wait. State success is right there, and so we just put it. Alright, we need to get the mod asset object, and nothing needs these, so we'll just delete it. Alright, so this mod assets. And we also need the table of contents name, which is here. Or the asset path is the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, so I just need to change this to the table of contents name. So then loaded mod, or wait, mod assets XML objects tip contents name equals loaded object. That's it. Okay, so finally here in the Lua loader, this one's a bit more complicated. Let's see. I guess we don't do this anymore. I'll delete it now. So this is a part where we deposit all the functions loaded in this file. Okay, so private void deposit functions. Okay, so this. Okay, so the script name is that. So the file path. And this asset path is the table of contents name. And debug name is a table of contents name. Let's see what else. Then we need the loaded mod. Okay, so string. Function name is as a dot, and that means that the the name is just a script name. Otherwise, it's a script name plus the function name, which I guess works. And the script name is table of contents name. Okay, so this would be mod assets. Yeah, the functions. Okay, so now we need to just add another error here instead of throwing this right away. So let's see, no file missing, IO exception, syntax exception, runtime exception, not function value. It's a bit too intense for me right now. Okay, so it does need to get the functions hash set, so that's okay. I know that's other stuff. So in case error type. Throw new. So I guess I'll need to store the error function name here. Error function name. Right, so set error. Yeah, that's correct. And then error function name equals cached name. Right, so I think I updated all this. These loaders seem a little messy, but I feel like we could clean them up a little maybe. Okay, so now I've updated all this, so I think it's safe to clean it up. Okay, so I need to call deposit functions here. And then if state does not equal error, which means we didn't encounter an error during the deposit function, so we call success. I think a lot of what is making me think that these are messy is just the names of these strings are not super obvious. Like, it's not really its name in the table of contents, it's like it's the path given in the table of contents, but I'm not sure what to call that. Because path kind of, I guess table of contents path, maybe? Let's see, and then what is, I think this is always to the actual file itself. So this is table of contents path. I think this file is pretty clean, except for maybe this part where I have the function name be a dot, but I guess this is kind of a special case. Okay, so this is the script path. Okay, and so the asset loader, is there any... See, a lot of these kind of like, they just load right when they're created, which I don't know if we want to do that. See, like probably the I asset loader should have like a tick function as well, I just realized. These, like here, won't need it, but public void tick. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, now that I think about it. Because these like start a coroutine to load it, which you have to use a coroutine for its assets because that's how Unity handles it basically. But we don't really need to do a coroutine for the XML loaders, but they really shouldn't load everything during the constructor, I don't think. Because we'd probably... Because this stuff can actually be loaded in a separate thread so that we can not freeze the game while it's loading. Because that might become an issue if we load tons and tons of objects. But then again, XML Lua files don't take so super long. I guess I'll just think about that when the time comes. Okay, so let's see. We can delete all of this code now because everything's up to date. Yeah, it's much simpler, so that makes me feel good. Why is this highlight? Okay, it's just doing something weird. I guess let's actually play the game and see if we get any errors. Again, this is all test params probably. Let's make it sure. Oh, this asset loader, the field, mod assets. Oh, is always null, so I need to add that right here. Okay, and then let's rename this to the table of contents path, like I just decided. Alright, so actually this should still run because we don't actually create any loaders, but it is getting some errors, so let's see. Argument is out of range. It's not gonna bring me to it, is it? At mod loader 161. Oh right, has to be count -1. Okay, so yeah, we did go all the way through the organize assets. Okay, well, the thing is that if we have to modify this loading routine, if things start taking too long, it won't really be that difficult. I mean, the only thing is that some of the stuff might want to load in a different thread, which is fine. Okay, I think let's move on. So next, we have the asset organizer. And one other thing about the mod loader is, yeah, I think that some of the stuff in here is like a little strange because it should, I think that it would be better if it could clean up itself. But there is like some, I remember when I was talking about this yesterday, I had, like, I didn't know how it would know when it needs to dispose assets or not, because if the error was received before the phase change and things like that. So that's why I decided to have it work like this, but like right now I don't even think this dispose loaders is ever called, so there could be some issues in the future with that. So I guess I'll just need to be careful, because it will rely on other objects to stop it updating. But anyway, so the reason I was bringing that up is because I don't want to do the same thing with the asset organizer, hopefully. Right, so let's close everything, start with a clean slate. Okay, so mod load manager, we can copy this part, I think. Okay, so I don't need that part. I don't need this command. Okay, so if loading phase state equals, oh yeah, does it bring it up because it's integer. Loading phase organize assets, then do organize. And for now I'll do everything in one frame, but this could also, I think, maybe go in a thread if we see it takes too long. And yeah, we'll need to at least wait one frame because we can't signal that we're complete until this function has exited, because then we'll have the event collision error that has plagued us. So private message on complete. Complete equals controller components dot. Okay, organize complete. Okay, and then we can just pretty much call on complete here. But we gotta make sure that that tick's only called when we're ready. So we'll use our friendly ticking janitor. So controller game and this, and then we always forget to add it to the activatable list, but not this time. Alright. So one other thing we need is we'll also need this load exception, because there can be exceptions during organization. Oh, I put that in the wrong function, or wrong class. Okay, so we'll also need the loaded here. Okay, we won't need to load table contents, so that's fine. And last but not least, we'll need a link to the game data. So database equals controller, game components, get game data, global comps. Oh, I did it again. Game data. And the whole point of the organizer is that it basically takes everything out of this loaded and puts it into the correct place in the game database. And also translates the mod files into format that's usable by the game. And on that note, clock just struck 9, so I think that's all for tonight. So again, yeah, a shorter stream, but that's okay. We'll continue here tomorrow. I think I should be here at 8 Eastern, which is my normal start time. And so we'll have 2 full hours then to continue with this. And pretty soon, finally be able to actually load in some stuff in this game, which is what I've been waiting for, so we can actually start some game design. At least we're pretty much done with the netcode, as far as I can see. And if you did miss part of this stream or you want to catch up on previous streams, I upload them all to YouTube. Tonight's will be up tomorrow morning, so feel free to subscribe. The link is down in my channel information. And yeah, I hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye bye.